Fuddy-Duddy and the classics. And then, of course, we have Ryan here, who I was talking with a few minutes ago, who got a sparkly new piano. Well, you know, it's new for you, and then you are getting it tuned, which is fantastic. Danu, hello Danu, how are you today? Today we are talking about mordents. So let me just kind of make sure I have the last few things set up here. And let me grab this. So how's everybody doing tonight? So happy to be out with you again today. And today we are going to be talking about mordents. So let's do this really quick. Let me just write out a quick example with a mordent in it so I can explain it better. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. We're almost there. Have you ever wondered what that squiggly thing is above the music? Of course, I am talking about the mordent, which we have here today, or that first note we have. Well, today I'm going to show you what a mordent is and how to play it. So let's get right on with the explanation. Let me try it one more time, and then we'll get started here. Have you ever wondered what that squiggly line is over the notes when you're playing? Don't know what I'm talking about? Well, this is what I'm talking about. Here we have in our first measure, as you can see, this squiggly line. Well, that's called a mordent, and it tells you to play a certain pattern of notes. Well, today I'm going to tell you how to play the mordent and some tips on how to do it. So let's get right on to the first topic. Okay, just hold on a second, everyone. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is the mordent. As you can see here from this Wikipedia page I have up, we have the D here in the treble clef with the mordent on it. So what you can do, or how you play this, is you play the principal note. What is the principal note? Well, that's the note you're on. So, or the note that's, written underneath the mordent. So you play that note. You play a note, what we call an upper neighbor, which is the next scale note up. So in this case, E, and then back down to the principal note where you started, like that. Now, the thing about a mordent, and what you have to understand, is that the mordent needs to be finished when under whatever beat it's on. So I'm going to show you actually an example of that in a second. Having the mordent written out here, we're only taking a look here at this left example, D, E, D. That's what it would look like if you wrote it out. But I don't really like to think about it as a set rhythm. I just like to think about it that you want the mordent finished on the beat that you're on. I'm going to show you what I mean by that right now. There we go. Okay. Okay, so here we have our example where we have the mordent over this E here, and we have a C major chord. The E and the C major chord obviously hit on a beat 1. So what I was talking about earlier is, remember, since the mordent's written over the E, you're going to play E, the next scale note up, since we're in the key of C, it's going to be F and then E. So you're going to play it like this. Just like that. But the thing is that when I get to that final note of the mordent, I want to be hitting that chord so that the mordent actually occurs on the beat. Like that. So if I'm counting out loud, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. You don't want the mordent to take up too much time, because it becomes a whole different rhythm in and of itself. It's really got to be, it's an ornamentation, not so much a rhythm. Like that. Same thing with like when doing trills. You want the trills to hit on the beat. Same kind of idea. All right, let's talk about another example. Okay, so here we go. Gonna write out another example for us. And this time we're going to put the mordent over this note. Okay, here we have another example. This time the mordent is over that last note. So just playing the right hand by itself. You got G, F, E, and then D. Well, the mordent's over D, right? So you play that D, E, D in place of that D. So you go G, F, E, D, D. And remember, that has to be super quick because that D still has to be on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. As you can see, I hit that last note of the mordent on beat 4. It wasn't late. It didn't hang around for too long. That's the way you want to do it. Now when I'm putting hands together, as soon as I hit this D down here, I do the mordent. So that's just how it works. Let's talk now about the inverted mordent. Yes, you start the mordent before you play the bass note on the last part of the mordent. Yes. Yes. I just find that they work out that way. I know some... No, I just don't think you could get it... Because the thing is, if you start it on the beat, it will be late. Like, it won't sound... Yeah, I was always taught that it should hit when the principal note hits, which is the one that's written. So that last note of the mordent is really the note that's actually written. Okay, so the question about the timing on how to do these. So just taking a look at this example here, the very last beat, right? We have this mordent over the D, and then we have this D, right? Well, if I took out the mordent, whoops, sorry, they would obviously hit at the same time. Since we have the mordent, you are going to start it like right before it comes in. Because really the note that you do want to hit along with this D is the last one. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. So right when I'm about to hit 4. You're not going to like kind of fit it in after beat 3. You're not going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because then you're messing with the rhythm. So I know it's not what you want to hear about like exactly how to pinpoint and count it out, but you literally want to start it and you want the ending note to be on whatever beat you're on. So 4. So as soon as I say 4, there you go. 4. Let me think. 1. Okay, yeah, I can play it slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Like it started when because I counted it slow. 4, like that. But by the time I was done saying 4, I had hit the note. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Okay, so it's like a grace note where you have to fit it in before the beat. Yes. So that a grace note is exactly the same way where, you know, you really, if you had a grace note on beat 1, 1, right? The note, the principal note, is being hit on beat 1, 1. You wouldn't count 1 and then do it, 1, because then it sounds sloppy. It sounds like eighth notes then. 1, 1, just like that. Okay, let's take a look here. I can elaborate further on, but let's talk about the inverted mordent. Okay, now we're going to talk about the inverted mordent. If you take a look at the example we did before with the mordent written over the C, take a look, or the D, look at the C next to it, right? It has a mordent like we're used to, but it has a slash down the middle. I'll give you a better look here in a second. This is an inverted mordent. So you just do the complete opposite of what you did a second ago. Instead of playing the note above, and then back to that note, you play the note below that note, the scale note below that note, and back to that note. Just like that. And here they have it written out for us again. Just like so. All right, let's take a look at an example. Hey, Cheryl's back once again. So happy you could come out and you're able to make it out today. All right, you're very welcome, Rich. Okay, here we have the same exact example we had before, except now we have an inverted mordent. So the same principle applies where you're really trying to finish the mordent on the beat. But this time you're playing the note below, and then back to the note you start with. Like that. Now if I'm counting out loud, I still want to finish the mordent on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. It works exactly the same way, except it goes down and then back up. There's another kind of mordent. Well, it's not really called a mordent, but I think that it basically belongs in the same family. It's called the turn. Let's take a look at what that's about. Okay, Rich has a great question here. Let's answer that one. Hello, Gregory. Welcome out to the live stream again. Hold on. This one? Yeah. Okay, Rich in the live stream asked Tim, when you say you have to play the next scale note up, let's say the key signature is E minor. When the principal note is E, then do you play F sharp? Yes. Since F sharp, oops, let me show you what I'm doing. The question was, if you're an E minor, I'll just do natural minor, has a sharp on the second note. And Rich's question was, if I had a mordent on the E, would I play F sharp or F? You would play F sharp. Now, if there was no F sharp in the key signature, it would be F instead. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's take a look at this turn. So just give me a second. All right, I'm just trying to figure out how to count this. All right, let's take a look. Okay, a turn is this symbol kind of thing. It looks like it's a crazy 8 or the infinity symbol or something like that. It is called a turn, which is kind of a combination of both a mordent and an inverted mordent. So what you do is that it can be written either on a note or between notes. I know more about how to play them on the note. But anyway, what you do is you start from the note above the note that's written. So here we have it written, if you take a look at the second example here, it's written over the D. So what you would do is you would play the C before it, and then during the turn, you play the note above the note you started on, that note, the principal note, the note below it, and then that note. So it goes note above, note, note below, note above. And it's called a turn because you go down and then you turn the other way. And that's how you would play that example. It also looks like you can place them between certain rhythms. So if you take a look here where you have the dotted quarter note C, normally this measure would be counted as 1, 2, and 3, 4. But this one with the turn in there, you're actually going to fit the turn in while you're holding out that C. I mean, you're going to have to come off the C to play it. So it's going to go 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So it's going to be going 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Rather than 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So that's how you do it. You play the note above, you play that note, you play the note below, and then back to that note. Just like that. Let's take a look at another example. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here. Okay, Rich, I'll answer your question officially here in a second. But the answer is yes, you want to fit it in on the beat. That's why I said I was a little confused when they were writing it between the beats, like I showed you with the dotted quarter note, because I hadn't really had a lot of experience playing it that way before, so I'm not entirely sure how to consistently count that. But yes, when you have it right on the note, you want to make sure the turn is finished on the beat. So go 1, just like that. Yeah, so I will show you the turn right now, actually. So hold on. One, two, three, 4. It is 4. It is 4 notes. So it would be played like that. All right, now let me talk about the example we have here. Okay, so here we have an example, pretty simple. You got a C major chord in your left hand, and then you have E, F, G, A in your right hand. Well, here we have a turn on beat 1, the first note. Again, you want to finish the turn Talking, 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 talking. Talking, 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 let me know if I am back. Talking, 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 let me know if I am back. Okay, reset the sound. I should be back soon. All right, testing, 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 testing. All right, can you hear me? Let me know when you can hear me once again, and I will begin teaching again. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me. Audio back. Okay, good. Perfect. All right, so I think I have a pretty good idea on where it went out. I'll just restart this section again. Okay, great. Hey, Larry, welcome out to the live stream once again. I love your work on SpongeBob. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here we have the example where we have a turn on beat 1. I mean, you have a standard C major chord in the left hand, and then with your right hand without the turn, you have E, F, G, A on beats 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I have to fit this turn in on beat 1. Remember, if it's written on E, the turn, it's going to start from the note above, that note, the note below, and then back to that note. Like that. And it all has to hit on beat 1. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you go. So that's how you play a turn. There's also an inverted turn where you will do the exact opposite. You start below the note, or it would be like this: below the note, the note above, and back to the note. The inverted turn will look like this. So hold on, just give me a second. There we go. It looks exactly like the turn, but with a line through it, just like the inverted mordent. So that's hard to do after playing the regular turn. Just like that. So just like there's inverted mordents, there are also inverted turns as well. Is the set fingering for the turn since it's always the same pattern? I think it depends on what notes come after the turn. If the notes after the turn, I mean 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2 works out great. Yeah, I would do 2, 3, 2, 1, or no, 3, 2, 1, 2. In this case, I'm not sure if I had a different pattern after that. I don't know. I would stick to that, like the first 3 fingers doing it like that. That seems to work out pretty well in most circumstances. All right, Firefly says, when you play a song with a mordent or a turn in it, how do you figure out the fingering so you don't run out of fingers? So that's just what I was talking about. It really depends on the context and what notes are after it, right? But I still think in most cases, 3, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I can review that real quick for you, Ryan, in just a second. So you have, but I think the 3, 2, 1, 2 should work out pretty well in most cases. Yeah, I think no matter what the pattern is, I think using your first 3 fingers for the turn is a good idea because you get a lot of strength out of those first 3 fingers. You can turn it around real easy. Moving it down 1, that works out pretty well. 4, 3, 4. I would almost never start it with the pinky unless here's what I would do. If the notes after the turn are below, you can still use oops. You can still use the first 3 fingers because you can cross over like so. So that still works. Or I guess if they're below, you could start with 5, but I don't recommend that. I feel like my fingers are a lot weaker between fingers 3 and 5. Okay, let's take a look here. The note pattern for both real quick. Yeah, so let me talk about the mordent. So the mordent, remember, was just the squiggly one. I can go through it here, actually. So remember the mordent was the first one pictured here. The pattern is that whatever note's written below it, you play that note. You play the note above it, the scale note, and then back to that note. So you go note, up, note. It's also called an upper mordent, if that helps you remember. So the full name for a mordent is an upper mordent because you go up. The inverted mordent, the other name for that is a lower mordent because you go down. So that might help you remember. Upper, regular, inverted, lower. Now, in terms of the turns are like combining both at once. You're going to start from the note above the note that's written. So here we have it placed over D. You start on E. You play the note that's written, the note below, and then back up. Just like that. So top, middle, bottom, top. So you're still starting with the top. This time, actually, you're not starting with the principal note at all. You're starting with the note above it. Above, middle, below, middle. Oh, okay. And then so this is the regular turn. Above, middle, or above, principal, lower, principal. Inverted is the opposite. Bottom, middle, top, middle. Just like that. Okay, I came across an exercise focused on ornaments. Also, one other triplet against even notes. I think this would be perfect for making a video series about it. Okay, so how about I'll take a look at this later because I don't want to open it now, only because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that link is, so I'm gonna have to investigate that later. I don't want to click on something right now and click off of it. But thank you for your recommendation. Let me, copy down your link. Okay, Rich loves this lesson. Thank you very much, Rich. I appreciate it. Ryan says, wait a second. Thank you. And the notes are always half steps. It's depending on the scale note. So if the note above is a sharp in the key signature, then it's going to be a sharp. If it's a flat, it'll be a flat. So you have to abide by the key signature. So like if I have the key of G, right? Oops. Say I'm in the key of G. And say I have a mordent on E, right? Then that next note's going to be F sharp because the F sharp is in the key signature. Buddy says, I swear for my family's health, it's not anything bad. Okay. All right, so I'll definitely take a look at it, though. And then, yeah, I'll definitely take a look. I do have it copied down. Buddy says, it's very helpful, Tim. Thank you. This helps a lot for me to understand all the accents and accidentals. All right, you're very welcome. Okay, Rich says that. Okay. Oh, by the way, person, I apologize. I don't mean to be rude, but with your, I believe they're Chinese characters. What name should I call you? Only because I do not know how to read that language. So just so I know how to address you from everybody else. And say hello and welcome to the live stream. And thank you for the link. All right, any questions about what we talked about tonight? Schultz. Okay. Okay, Schultz. Welcome out to the live stream. Yeah, same for mordents and turns. Okay, I'll search it. What is it? What is it called? Oh, your name is Richard. Okay. Okay. All right. So Rich and Richard. Hey, Salvador, how you doing today? Okay, let me know exactly what I should search here, Richard, and I'll see if I can find it. Nothing against you personally, but I've had a lot of trolls on the stream and things like that, so I'm just always wary of links and pretty much anything. Oh, Schultz. Okay. He's Richard. Schultz is the guy. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Let me... Okay. Um... Well... Okay, unfortunately, I don't think I have this in my collection. It looks like I have to buy it, right? I'd be willing to take a look at it, but is this the right one? I just want to know. Okay, Fuddy Duddy says, gotta run, Tim. They are closing. See ya. All right, Fuddy Duddy, thanks for coming out with us today. So happy you could come out and join us. Rich says, and have a great week, by the way. Rich says, now I don't have to ignore the Mordents and the sheet music. All right. All right, Ryan still has a question about turns. Okay, let me know, Ryan. And then Richard, let me know if this is the right book. Oh, wait. I got to show you the book. If this is the right book. All right. Ryan says, just as key matters in the Mordents, same principle for turns. Yes. So exactly. So the same exact thing for turns. So if the next note is in the scale as a flat, then that note of the turn will also be flat. So you're always working in the framework of whatever scale that you're in. Yeah, which notes to play. Yes. Yep. So turn is like pretty much if you combine upper and lower mordent together, but it's like the same idea in terms of the notes that you're playing. All right, Fireflower says, I've been waiting for this lesson for a while. I'm glad Tim finally covered it. Yes, I did listen. This was one, maybe you even had suggested it, Fireflower. This was something I'd written on my list for a while. Ryan says, okay, just wanted to confirm. Thank you. You're very welcome. And then Richard, let me know if that was the right version. I found it on Scribe too, but the problem was is that they wanted me to sign up for it. Oh, it's just 2 pages? Okay, hold on a second. All right, looking something up. Just give me a minute. Okay, I think I got it. Hold on. All right, so just give me a second here. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Hold on. Okay, hold on a minute, everybody. All right, Salvador asks, how many things do we have to learn from piano? All the things. I agree. Yes, all the things indeed. Indeed. Okay, so here we have it. I think I have it up here now. Let me do this real quick. Okay, these are indeed very nice. Okay. Yeah, you know what? These do look pretty nice. They are a pretty good example of all these things we're doing. Yeah, thank you for sharing this with me. I could definitely turn this into a video, um, or maybe as like a sequel to the video we're doing today. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, so you know, I'm gonna save this. And I will incorporate it in a lesson in the future. Yeah, it does sound musical. Let me attempt to play it, at least some of it. It looks like it's definitely something I would want to look at once or twice, especially when it has like diagrams on how to play everything. But yeah, this is an excellent example. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, that was right. There's almost an annoying amount of these in here. Let's see. One thing I want to point out here is that, I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to find a better example of it. No, here we go. Okay, see how this mordent has a sharp and a flat on it? Well, that means that the note above the mordent is going to be flatted. Or wait, so in this case it's a B flat. You got the note it's on, G sharp. So you're going to play that one that way. So they can alter the note above or the note below with a flat or a sharp, just letting you know. And if it's written above, it's the note above. If it's written below, it's the note below. Tim, what are those with the slash notes? Oh, yeah, those are grace notes. Those are just grace notes, yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that would be awesome, Tim. Yeah, so I think I could make a really good follow-up lesson to this one. Yeah, it is a guide on how to play Mordents. It's actually a guide on like pretty much anything. On like pretty much all these. Okay, let's see. I'm just asking because I played saxophone for 3 years and I barely started playing piano at the end of last year. Yeah, so it definitely takes time to learn piano, and you definitely want to learn how to read music, obviously how to find notes on the piano, and just get out there and keep doing it. Keep practicing. What are the small 16th notes? So that's 4 grace notes all in one, pretty much. So in this example here, where we have K, I'm going to finish that line of notes, hit that G on beat 1, a 1. Like that. So it's basically 4 grace notes. Just like that. Why is there a third staff in between? Oh, to explain how everything works. Basically a guide on how to do it. All right, everybody. I think that does it for tonight. I will take maybe a few more questions if you have them. Let me do like an outro for everybody. Let's find out where I want everybody to go. For everybody in the live stream, if you're not aware already, I do have a website, pianolessonsontheweb.com. If you want to learn a lot more about piano and music, but for now, I want to redirect everybody. I really don't know why there's slashes on some and some others. I'd have to take a look. Just give me a second. Oh, thank you so much, Ryan. Ryan just gave us a $10 super chat. He says, "Thank you, Tim. Just a small thanks for all your time." Thank you so much, Ryan. And if anybody else feel free to use the super chat function if you wish. Always very, very much appreciated. A very informative lesson, says Barbara. Thank you. You're very welcome. And I'll answer Rich's question here in a minute. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay. Okay, there's something I really want you to do. So on the main channel page, there's a playlist section. And don't worry, I'll give you a link if you can't find your way through. And I highly recommend today that you check out the playlist Musical Symbols and Articulations, which will show you about how to play a lot of the other very common musical symbols and little details in your music. So I highly recommend you check that out. I'm also going to put an annotation around for you so you can find it nice and easy. So thanks, everybody. This has been Tim from Lessons on the Web, and I'll check you out for the next lesson. Thank you so, so much. Let me try that one more time. All right, so there's something I really want you to do is I want you to take a look at this playlist on the channel page. And don't worry, I'll provide a link for you and something to click on. But I want you to really check out this Music Symbols and Articulations playlist because it will really help build on what we talked about tonight. And you'll learn about all the other little symbols and details in your music. So thanks, everybody, for coming out. And I'll check you out for the next lesson. This has been Tim from Lessons on the Web.